Hello everybody, and welcome to a new series I'm going to be starting on the channel for a game that came out earlier this year called Radio General. This is a World War II kind of gimmicky game, but that's not to say it's a bad game. I've played a little bit of it, like I played through the tutorial and the first mission. Essentially, in this game, you play as a general commanding units across various fronts of World War II. But instead of you know clicking and dragging units all over the place and giving them commands with your mouse, you give them commands with your voice. So, for example, I'll say like able go to Foxtrot 9 to indicate a location on the map, and they'll go there, and it's a pretty cool game. So here, let's get right into it so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I have a save here, but I'll make a new one for this series. So here, campaign name, YouTube General. Let's say that. So we're going to be playing on normal, and yeah, well, let's get into it. So here we have some historical texts, or rather historical flavor, as it were. So here, I'll be quiet as it goes into this.
December 17, 1939, the first Canadians landed in Britain, vanguard of a great army. They came to finish the job that their fathers had begun a quarter of a century before. In June 1940 came the first call to action. In high spirits, they marched to the ships on their way to France, itching for a fight. Once across the Channel, the Canadians penetrated more than 200 miles. But with the tragic collapse of France, came the order to return to Britain. In the dark days after Dunkirk, almost the only trained and equipped troops between Hitler and London were General MacNaughton's Canadians, who stood guard throughout those days of high tension. While hurricanes swept the sky, Canadian attack batteries blazed at the Luftwaffe from the ground, playing their part in the Battle of Britain. And now the Canadians are preparing to rip through the Huns when the Allied War Council gives the signal for the cross-channel dash on the road to Berlin. The Canadians are ready. The hour is coming.
So, as you can see, we are playing as a Canadian force heading to help out the British in their fight to retake Europe. So we begin here with Dieppe. So this is a very historically based game. So for those of you who don't know what Dieppe is, well, it was an operation in France at the beginning, towards the beginning of World War II. After Dunkirk and the fall of France. So that's just a little bit of history on it. There's much more. I would highly suggest reading up on it, as World War II is fascinating to read all the facets about. So either way, let's play through Dieppe. This is more of a tutorial mission. I have played through it before, so this will get you used to what the game is about and kind of the controls of it, as any good tutorial should. So here we go. So here, before the battle, or before any mission, you get to see kind of little historical documents, just kind of listing some stuff. So for example, this is just a telegram telling you about the operation and various facets with it. So here, I'll read it out loud to you. So welcome to Dieppe, location, northern France in Normandy. The features of this place: historical port town. It's a seaside. It has a seaside resort, a pebble beach, white chalky cliffs, heavily fortified coast, barbed wire, mines, traps, and pillboxes. Named for its deep water, the town was used for fishing historically. During the Age of Exploration, Dieppe was known for its skilled cartographers and navigators. Prior to both the World Wars, Dieppe was popularized as a seaside resort. Dieppe is a strategic target in wartime due to its port and strategic location in the English Channel. So that's why we're going into Dieppe and kind of what the terrain is like. Here we can see various newspaper articles talking about what happened in Dieppe or what will happen in Dieppe. And here's just other news across the world at this point. You can pause any of these if you want to read them. And here's just some pictures from the actual event with descriptions of what they are. So if you want, you can pause on any of these screens and take a look. So here, let's continue on. So here we can see an overview of the mission. If you want, you can pause it and read. This is the tutorial kind of card telling us what to do to proceed. So before we do that, like I said, you can pause if you want to read the overview. Up here in the intel report, you can see kind of around what's going to be in the mission. So here we can see the enemy strength is reported to be 1 artillery battery and about 400 light infantry soldiers. They appear to be in the cliffs with low numbers and will most likely be in the town itself. So, and then there's some advice to finish the mission. So here we can also see the objectives we need. So we need to hold Dieppe and hold Neuville. And then down here we can see the forces that we have at our disposal. So we have 2 commando units. So let's continue on here. I will be using voice commands. So there will be less commentary in this part as I give commands. So I hope you enjoy. Start mission.
Mission is a go. Mission is a go.
So it's just teaching us the camera controls now. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel as most games. Yeah, so this is just giving some flavor text. Yep, so we have Able Company here. So the cool thing about this game is that you don't actually know where your units are. You get their location based on their surroundings as the units report back to you. So down here you can see the stats of the units. So here, there. Sorry, I'm just kind of speeding through the tutorial just a little bit. But here you can see the stats down on the bottom right. It's pretty cool. So you can see the commands at the bottom left. It's a little bit cut off by the way I have the resolution on the screen, but that's okay. So here, Able, report status.
We're at November 9. We're at November 9.
So they're at November 9. So we can pick up their figure and move it to where they are. So November 9 is right here. And now you can see there's a little aura emanating from their piece, showing that they're at the exact location they're actually at.
Charlie here. Our landing craft has reached beaches and we're about to disembark. Wish us luck. Wish us luck. Cable here. We can see artillery.
Yeah, so...
Charlie here.
Alright, so... So here, the battle's begun. Able. Move to location 2. So here, just for the tutorial, they show where the actual units are. And you can see what the stats are on the unit as the combat engages. So it's just a cool little thing. So that is describing a little bit more about what the stats you're seeing on screen are. So it appears as though the artillery doesn't fire back at. Oh, it says on the card. Artillery doesn't fight against enemies. It just deals damage. Good job. All right. So, yes. What? Able. Move to location 1. Yeah, so the voice recognition in this game is very, very good, as far as I can tell. There's only one occasion where it didn't register immediately, well, nearly immediately what I wanted it to. So, here we go. So here, let's fast forward just a little bit. So there we go. We see that when the morale hits 0, they retreat. So they are currently over here. We might need some help to take out this town. So let's call in some reinforcements, as we saw that we have. So they're going to be deploying at Delta 11. Alright, so they're at Charlie 11. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see, they're moving up. So we can issue multiple unit orders at the same time. So once Able reaches its maximum morale, or at least a decent morale, we'll move them in. So let's do that now. Baker, Able, move to location 1. So now, as you can see, they're both moving in at the same time, which is pretty cool. So the battle begins for the town once again, this time from 2 sides. As you can see, the results are much better for us now. So let's fast forward some more. There you go. So as you can see, they're retreating from the town now. There we go. So now, as we can see, both units are in the town. So let's move our figures to the town. So now we know exactly where they are. Alright, so let's move them. Baker, move to Hotel 10. There we go. Alright, so they are there now. Let's have Able dig in. Able, dig in. So let's fast forward a little bit. So here. I won't read through the field manual here just because we're running a little bit short on time. And I've already read it a little bit. So I'll just fast forward while they dig in. Alright, so we have enemy reinforcements arriving from the south. So, now we have a choice. Do we have Able and Baker retreat, or do we have them stay and hold their position to save lives at the beach? So here. We'll see the results of this battle in the next episode. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we'll pick up here next time. Thank you.